Good evening, I'm Nick Klein.
And I'm Chris Grask.
This just in. Firefighters respond to a truck fire this morning at 514 Nelson Drive. A neighbor across the street noticed the blaze as it spread to the garage. First responders say no one was injured, but this is the second fire in the area in 4 days. We'll keep you updated on the investigation.
McHenry County College has finally given back to its veterans. They've decided to open a Veterans Resource Center in room C122, offering scholarship opportunities, post-traumatic stress disorder counseling, and many other resources that they help and provide to all veterans. If you would like any more information, please contact Steve Zarnecki.
That's good, it's about time. If you've been paying attention to Punk lately, you probably realize you aren't paying as much, and not many people are complaining. A recent boom in domestic drilling and lower seasonal demand have helped. Gas prices are at a 3-year low. If you see a station with exceptionally low prices, tell us at our website, WMCC.com.
Sad news earlier this month. Charlie Trotter was pronounced dead at his home in Chicago. He was found unresponsive at the time, and he was credited for changing the way that all Americans look at food. And we should all remember this day and this man's death for him.
You will be missed. The college has recently gone through a transitional phase of rebranding MCC. Students may have noticed several remodelings taking place around the campus. New construction projects have taken place all over MCC's property, the most recent being a large metal sculpture that will spruce up the face of the college. With all the improvements taking place here on campus, some students are getting removed from their usual meeting spots. With more on the stories are Kurt.
With me is Cody. Cody, what's your opinion on the Black Box Theater being moved?
Black Box Theater, it kind of screwed around with our setting. We had to move our Magic Gathering group corner quite a few times. It was in a setting that we could be where we wanted to be able to judge.
It breaks apart the
It kind of helped us.
Oh my gosh, yes, that.
In a way,
you saw its face.
It made it difficult for us to actually play
It's not, it can't blow. It can't blow up.
Have you been satisfied with the spot you're in now?
Not exactly. We have writing that. No, absolutely nothing. But about the subjects we're going to do a splash, and
Because that way I can
we just want the nose back.
This is Chris. Cody, back to you.
Thanks, Kurt. Which side of the argument do you fall on? Tell us at our website, WMCC.com.
Coming up, we got weather with Cassie. How's our holiday forecast looking?
Coming up in the weather is a very fun week and weekend.
Thank you, Cassie. We'll be back in a moment.
Two of the nation's top ornithologists were found murdered yesterday. It's your mission to infiltrate enemy territory and rescue the eggs that they left behind.
Sir, yes, sir.
When I find the enemy, then what?
Let's just call it our secret weapon. The government's been developing it for years.
It's just a slingshot.
Don't you ever call it just a slingshot.
Billions of dollars in R&D. This will change modern warfare as we know it.
Good God.
Blue for multiples, black for stones, yellow for distance, and white when you're in a bind.
Take the shot. Target's not clear. Doesn't matter. But sir, the target's not. Take the shot, soldier. Penetrable fortresses made of wood, glass, stone. Sometimes there's dice, or maybe dominoes. I don't really know. It's something with numbers on it.
Sometimes I don't know which side I'm fighting for.
We will not let these pigs destroy this country.
I'm rescuing the eggs, but killing the birds in the process.
These pigs aren't really the enemy.
You spend 10 years in a POW camp eating their slop, then you come back and tell me they're not the enemy.
I'm all out of ammo, sir.
Is this just some sort of game to you?
No! Yes?
Fun time.
Yeah.
Fanta.
The day is finally here for same-sex marriage in Illinois. The bill was signed last week by Governor Quinn, and Representative Greg Harris had this to say. At the end of the day, what this bill is about is love. It's about family, and it's about commitment. Illinois is the 15th state to allow same-sex marriage, and this would mean that it would take effect on June 1st. It's been signed. That means that June 1st is the first day that same-sex marriage is legal in the state of Illinois.
A Crystal Lake attorney was accused of stealing millions of dollars from his clients. Our very own Gray caught up a former client.
Crystal Lake attorney Carlos Rayberg is being charged with 7 felony counts of theft. In total, Rayberg is accused of stealing over $1 million from his clients that was used to pay personal expenses. Rayberg was arrested at his home on Friday, October 4th, and Rayberg's attorney declined comment. I'm standing here with Carlos Danger, a victim of Rayberg's theft. What do you think about this, Mr. Danger?
I hate this man. He took everything that I loved. I don't care what he has. He has his fancy suitcase. He has his fancy doctors. He's got his hot secretary. Well, guess what? He's gonna have a broken nose. Yeah. That was good. It was good.
Back to you guys.
Federal funding was announced for Randall Road construction, and they will be paying about $10.6 million for the reconstruction of the continuous flow intersection of Randall Road and Algonquin Road in Lake in the Hills. Taxpayers will likely be able, or will have to pay $2.4 million for the construction. A start date hasn't been announced yet, but due to contract negotiations, and once that's settled, try to avoid Randall at all costs.
Well, Randall's just, especially now the holiday season, Randall's going to be a nightmare.
He is terrible.
The Human Race is being hosted right here in McHenry County. It's a 5K walk or run, and is an opportunity for charities to raise money and awareness for the community. The race will be held on April 27th, starting at 7:30 a.m. at the Volunteer Center in McHenry County. For more information, visit us at our website, WMCC.com.
Cut.
Good job 4 weeks ago she used Veet wax strips. If only every feeling lasted as long. Veet Smoothness, a feeling that lasts.
Kiwi bacon. You can't help but help yourself.
Lisa!
Hilfst du mir bitte?
Do you really want to depend on your children's health? Wiener Städtische Insurance.
Welcome back. The Obamacare website has been about as reliable as Jay Cutler for the Bears lately. With the website crashing as of late, Obama apologized for the website's troubles. He stated his apology, which only added more flames to the fire for the GOP. Recently, Obamacare has been under fire for broken promises in which that people could keep their same healthcare coverage or same insurance plan, but some are having to be denied. And with all this, people are furious. And with recent troubles, there's only one to blame.
Thanks, Obama!
Talks between Iran and the UN continue this week as demands in the rights to enrich uranium. Iran Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif claimed that the UN and the U.S. need not acknowledge its rights to enrich uranium. U.S. officials have expressed disbelief at supporting Iran's claims. Zarif claims that stopping of uranium enrichment is Iran's red line. Talks with the UN and Security Council will continue later this week.
I'm just getting this story. The Midwest got pelted with tornadoes last Sunday. A recorded 50 touchdown ranging from Illinois to Kentucky, and even parts of Iowa and Ohio were affected too. Washington, Illinois suffered a major EF4 that ripped apart the community of 16,000. The tornado that ripped through Illinois caused 5 deaths and destroyed more than 1,500 homes.
It's a shame. Our hearts and prayers go out to the people.
I would suggest donating to the Red Cross.
How's this week looking, Cassie? No tornadoes, I hope.
No, Nick, no tornadoes. As you can see here, we're going to have a very cold week and weekend coming this week, so bundle up. As you can see, the temperatures are going to drop down really low to the 30, 35s, and the 34s this whole week. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, so get that turkey ready, guys. As you can see, the weather is going to be a high of 42 on Monday and low of 38. On Tuesday, it's going to be a high of 45 and a low of 38. On Wednesday, it's going to be a high of 27 and a low of 24. Thanksgiving Day is going to be high of 40 and low of 36. On Friday, it's going to be 45 high, 37 low. And on Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be 41 and low of 33. Here are some cute drawings that were sent in to us. Enjoy them and have a great day.
Thanks, Cassie. In a moment, we'll check in with sports with Ben. Right after this.
Got it. What? Welcome back. Well, Ben, how's our sports looking at? Bears defense still terrible?
Eventful, guys. Very eventful. Our very own McHenry County College men's basketball team is on their way to another losing season after going 0-5 in their first few short showings. Well, hopefully they can turn it around and turn it around quick. And this just in, MCC's very own DeMarcus Vines has just made his decision on where he'll be playing next year.
I'm Curtis. I'm here with DeMarcus. He's about to make his decision between MCC or RBC. DeMarcus, what's your decision?
I've chosen to take my talents to McHenry County College.
Back to you in the studio.
And not many people know this, but MCC does have a dance team. The dance team is a club as of right now, but they are in contention to become a team. If the girls can show the athletic department how determined they are, the dancers might get the proper papers to fill out and finally become a team. In Chicago sports, at Soldier Field, the game kicked off knowing that heavy rain was on the way. And a Baltimore field goal was the last play before nearly a 2-hour rain delay. In that time, fans were evacuated to the concourse, but as soon as the rains passed, we had a mud bowl, and the Chicago Bears came out on top with some old-fashioned NFC smash-mouth football with a final score of 23-20 in overtime. Josh McCown threw for 261 yards, going 19 for 31 with 1 touchdown, and Matt Forte had 18 carries, 83 yards, and 1 touchdown. In America's Game of the Week, even a hobbled ankle couldn't keep Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos from handing the Kansas City Chiefs their first loss of the season. The sack-happy Chiefs defense barely laid a finger on the Broncos QB. Meanwhile, the Broncos defense made some big-time stops and got key turnovers on crucial points in the game. Manning was also helped by big-time plays from receivers Wes Welker and Demaryius Thomas. The Broncos QB threw for 323 yards, 1 touchdown, going 24 for 40. In NBA news, the Bulls had the night off. This just in, Bulls guard Derrick Rose will be out for the season with a torn meniscus. That's terrible news for a team with such high expectations. Out west, the Black Mamba could be close to returning for the below 500 Lakers. The future Hall of Famer has been participating in full-speed 5-on-5 drills and could be returning to game action later this month. To the ice, the Hawks welcomed the San Jose Sharks to the Madhouse on Madison. The Hawks came out flying with 2 first-period goals and never looked back. Neither team's power play could do much because the guys on both sides remained disciplined for the most part. But the outcome of this game wasn't much in doubt, and fans went home happy. Patrick Sharp had 2 goals and 1 assist. Christopher Stieg, in his first game back in a Hawks uniform, also had a goal and an assist. Crawford made 24 stops on 25 shots. And finally, in NCAA men's basketball news, we have a new #1 team in the country. After Michigan State, led by head coach Tom Izzo, beat the Kentucky Wildcats at the United Center, they took over the top spot in the land with more than 50 first-place votes. This is Sparty's first time being ranked #1 since the 2000-2001 season, when they went on to win the national championship. Back to you guys.
Thanks, guys. In other news, the village of Algonquin announced the results of their fall harvest at the wastewater treatment facility. This year, the harvest yielded over 900 pounds of food donations. This event helps support the food pantry of Algonquin. If you would like to make donations of food, the address is 1113 Pyatt Road in Lake Nichols.
And last tonight, it's getting to be that time of the year again. The Salvation Army has begun to accept donations. Now, usually the kettles, they don't come out until the 23rd. But since with the late Thanksgiving that we have this year, they decided we need to start donating now. And this drive, it's been going on since 1891, and they plan on hoping to raise $800,000. So your small charitable donation can go a very, very long way.
What a great tradition. And with that, we wish you a good night, folks. Stay tuned here for more at MCC.
See you tomorrow.